Hello, welcome to this video. Let's learn an array as a data structure. As we know, array is used to store similar data type elements in contiguous or successive memory locations. Array is one of the most popular and simple data structure used in almost all programming languages. It is used to design or implement other data structures like a stack, queue, trees, or graphs. In terms of array, as an data structure, we need to learn some terms. For example, array element. That means items or data which is stored in an array is called as element. Next is array index. Each array element or data has its own numerical index or numerical position where it has stored in the array. It is known as a array index. Uh, Array index always or in commonly start with 0. Next is array length, that is the size of array, how many data elements are stored in an array, that is known as size. Now in data structure we'll have to consider memory representation of an array. So in an array all elements are stored in consecutive or successive memory location. This is because it allow efficient access of data elements stored in an array, and manipulation of that data can be become easy. For example, here we consider integer numbers are stored 25, 30, so forth, so on. So integer requires 2 bytes of memory space. So that is why first data 25 stored at location 2000, next is at 2002, so forth, so on. So index of first element, that is position, is 0th position, second is stored at first position, like so on. Data structure operation on an array. So in case of array, apart from basic operations, we need to consider operations with respect to array. So in case of array, first operation is create and initialize array elements. That means to create data structure, array data structure, and initialize its value. Second is traversal, as we know it, that is visiting each element. Then insertion, that is inserting new data to the array. Deletion, deleting data from the array, data element from the array. Searching a specific data element in the array. And sortings, arranging data elements in an array in specific manner. Now, first operation, that is create and initialize array. Syntax, as we know, that is data type and variable name, that is in terms of C programming, data type, then array variable name and size is equal to initialize value. They are given in the curly braces separated by comma. For example, int array of integer 5 in curly brackets 11, 12, 13, 14 separated by comma. Similarly, character array can be given. Each character must be enclosed in single quotes. Then float array, floating values. So this is creation and initialization of array. Second operation, that is traversal of array. That means accessing or visiting each data element in the array at least once. To understand this one, we directly write C program. So has to include that we know. Here it is declaration for array, display array content. Display array content is nothing but visiting each element. So display function is written basically for the array traversal. In void main, we declare int n and a of 100 as an array. That is, we take maximum size. Now, to be specific, these two printfs can have to take the number of array element, that is a size, and then we enter array elements, that means create array by using for loop. I is equal to 0, I less than, and I plus plus, all you know, scanf %d and a of I. So this part of the code that will create array of size n. For example, n is equal to 5. Now, display function, basically to write definition of display function to access or visit each element at least once. So we call this display function, and definition of this one is, here it is, void display underscore arr, that is array, int a of r, and int n. So here when you call, we simply pass array name and the size. So in this definition, we use for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, printf percent d a of I. So here this loop visit or access each array element. So that is traversal. Next data structure operation, that is insertion, which is nothing but adding or inserting new data elements in array. Suppose here we consider adding element at any position. So for example, this is the array where these are the data structure elements or values with the index stored. Suppose we want to add a new element at position 2. So in case of array, we need to free this position without overwriting. So for that, first of all, we'll have to remove or shift last element to the next new position. Then the second last, that is third element to the position 4, and second element to the position 3. So that position 2 will be created. Now in case of shifting, that means nothing but copying. So that is why 13 is available at both the positions. Okay. So now once you do this one, we'll have to write code. Now to write code, we write function to insert in an array. So void insert, we pass array and size n. Okay. So we declare int I, x and position. So first printf scanf will take number which is to be inserted, for example 40. Then next printf scanf will take position where you want to insert, for example we consider 2. Now we write for loop. So here it is. This is the position in the diagram. Here it is shown. So we have to shift these elements like this. So for that, we write for loop. For loop will start from I is equal to n minus 1. Now here n is the size. Now actual size is 5 elements. So n minus 1, that means the position is 4. So I will start from 4. I greater than equal to position. Now position we are given 2. I minus minus. Okay, so in this for loop, we write a of I plus 1. So I min is equal to n minus 1, that is 4. So 4 plus 1 is 5 is equal to a of I, that is a of 5 is equal to a of 4. So that means this 60 will get transferred to fifth position. Similarly, 40 will get transferred to sixth, fourth position, that is from third to fourth, and then second position will transfer to third position. So like that, this position 2 will get free. So now what we do, we write a of position is equal to x, that is new element to be inserted. So here it is, at position 2 this new element 40 will get added. Is delete operation, deletion operation, that is deleting a data element from an array at any given position. Position will be given by the user. So for that we write C program or a function, C function, for example, void delete array, where it takes int a of square bracket, that is array, and size, that is n is the size. Here we declare int I comma position. First, this printf scanf will take the position from the user from where you want to delete. For example, suppose I want to delete it from the second position or index 2, from where I want to delete. Now, using for loop, where in the for loop I is equal to POS, that is I, now in this case I is equal to 2. Then I less than n is, suppose we consider 5 elements, so 5 I plus plus. Now inside a for loop we have a of I is equal to a of I plus 1. Now I start from 2, so a of 2 is equal to a of 2 plus 1, that is 3. So third position element or third index element will get copied to second, like this. Suppose we want to delete 40, 44, which is available at position 2. So position 3 or index 3 element will copy it or overwritten to index 2. Similarly, index 4th element will get copied to index 3, and index 5th element will get copied to index 4. So likewise, element get shifted to the right side. Okay. Now we call display function that already we are written with array and size. So after we should stop it just one element before. So after removing that, array will look like this.